Yeah, you know what time it is when you hear my voice. Most people lose money in a bear market because they follow bull market advice. The investors who thrive do the complete opposite. Week after week after week, I kept on telling you, I kept on warning you that the monthly close will be red. You didn't want to listen. You wanted to get high with Michael Saylor. You wanted to get high with all the influencers that were promising you a broken dream. There's a whole graveyard of broken dreams. They showed you this chart and they promised you that this is correlated to Bitcoin. This is IVG. This is a tech ETF. It has the likes of Microsoft, the likes of Adobe, and some of the biggest names in tech. And they said, look at the correlation. Look at the correlation. It's uncanny. It will never break. We're going to bounce. There's volume here. And guess what happened, ladies and gentlemen? It broke. IVG went up. And Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, like I promised you, went down. While everyone was extremely bullish and wanted to gamble on this time is different. This is what I said in the beginning of the month. Never consecutively closed more than 2 monthly green candles. I'm predicting without a shadow of a doubt that this candle in May will be red. I've been in many bear markets and participants say the same thing. Surely it can't be this simple. Surely it can't be this easy. What, just sell in May and go away? Wait for Q4. It can't be like this. And every single time participants gambled on this time is different. The data says conclusively that Bitcoin will fall to its knees before you see higher prices. Like I predicted, this is Bitcoin on the monthly, and we have literally 2 days till the monthly close. I hate to say it.
Stupid, I'm not going to let you get the chance.
This is the weekly, and in the month of May, we only had 1 week of green. 1 entire week of green. And everyone, I could see it in their faces. I can see it in the charts. They were turning bullish. Even some of the bears started to become bullish. How pathetic. Everyone started to call for higher prices and higher prices and higher prices. Kept on telling us SPX is at an all-time high. The Nasdaq is at an all-time high. IVG is correlated to Bitcoin. And I kept on telling folks, I kept on screaming to folks that we're going to head lower and we're heading straight to hell. So we had 1 weekly candle followed by another weekly candle and another red weekly candle consecutively. So we tested these boltards. We tested their conviction. And everyone started to slowly capitulate. They first said, we're going to bounce at 78. How pathetic. Then they said 76. Then they said 75. And now they're calling for 73. Soon they're going to be calling for 70. Then they're going to say, no. We're not going to break. We're just simply retesting the lows. My style of content has changed. It's changed a lot. I don't show you normal news. Matter of fact, I haven't looked at mainstream news for a very long time. I don't know what's happening. I really don't care about people's opinions. I really don't care about what people think. I don't show you what Trump says. I don't show you what Saylor thinks. I don't care who Tom Lee is. I just show you green and red candles. All that matters is fear and greed. In this current bull cycle, we formed a dead cat bounce. In 2022, we done the same thing. A dead cat bounce and we swept the highs. As over here, we swept the highs. We formed a pathetic higher high, an upthrust in October the 6th. Likewise, we done the exact same thing during this period. And in November 2021, we formed a pathetic upthrust. In 2026, we hurdled all the way down and formed selling climax. The volume increased and we formed distribution during that time. In the previous bear market, we done the exact same thing. There was no more buyers left. We formed selling climax and the volume increased. In 2025, we formed an upthrust. This was the end of distribution. Likewise, in 2022 bear market, we formed the exact same pattern, an upthrust. We hurdled down into this diagonal trend line, and likewise we done the same thing in this cycle, and they kept on fighting me. We hurdled down into selling climax, and likewise in 2022 we hurdled down, formed selling climax, and then we concluded that we are right over here. Now picture this. Doesn't that look almost identical? In this current cycle, we formed a trend line right over here and right over here. We traded and oscillated in this trend line, and then we started to go up higher. This was a bear market rally, nothing more, nothing less, but everyone started to get really bullish, and I kept on telling them the volume has decreased while the price has increased. Likewise, the same participants done the same thing. They kept on saying that this is the bottom, we're forming a range, and we're gonna head up higher. And so we headed up higher, and the bull tards kept on getting more and more bullish until there were no more buyers left. They said the same thing in 2022, and they're doing it all over again. From the breakout all the way to the peak, that took us 23 days. For us to re-enter the range, we're almost getting back into this range, it took us 19 days. Now pay very close attention, because I know some of you are really slow, like really slow. I'm going to extend this trend line all the way here, and I'm going to extend this one as well all the way till here. And what do you notice? We headed back in to this range, we kissed it multiple times and then headed lower. That's exactly, now listen to me, that's exactly what's gonna happen. We're gonna head back into this range, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna kiss it multiple times, and then we're gonna break down. Now we're not gonna form a new low yet. No. We need participants to get very bullish. We're just gonna simply sweep the lows, ladies and gentlemen, just like the previous cycle. We need more bull tards to step in, and they're gonna think that this is the actual bottom. No. Look what happened after. You're all gonna fight me. You're all gonna continue to fight me, and we're gonna go down even more, ladies and gentlemen. This is a chart of people's expectations versus the reality, and many participants fall for the same beautiful lie all the time. I see it every time. They jump into markets and they see that markets look like a duck. If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, then it's surely a duck. But they forget that markets can also appear like a rabbit. Have you ever wondered where a bear market comes from? The term bear market, where it comes from? It comes from the animal. Now the animal, when it attacks, it rises up with his hind legs, feet on the ground, and his claws to the sky, and then it attacks his prey. Likewise, the term bull market comes from the animal, the bull. It lowers its head and then it rises its horns. This right here is a bear flag. This right here is another bear flag. And again, history will repeat. We will form another bear flag. I know it's driving you bulltards insane, but seeing this 4-year cycle play out again and again, and it's no different. All you had to do is simply sell, go away, log off, and then log back on in a year's time. Every single bear market is pretty much the same. The S&P 500 in 2018 continued to make all-time new highs, while Bitcoin went nowhere. In 2014, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq shall I say, continued to make all-time new highs, while Bitcoin was struggling. But you want to continuously bet on this time is different. This time is not different. Is exactly how it's always been. This time is different, guys. Buy the dip. We're going much higher. Buy, hold the line. Come on, the S&P 500 is making all-time new highs. This is about to rip. And every single time we made new lows and another new low. Ethereum looks extremely interesting, so listen up closely. We followed this entire bear market. So we formed an upthrust just like in 2022. In this cycle, we done the exact same thing. We kissed 5,000 US dollars. We hurdled down into selling climax. In 2022, we done the exact same thing and then formed distribution. In 2022, the exact same thing. We formed distribution and we hurdled down. We broke this diagonal trend line just like in 2022, done the exact same thing and broke this diagonal trend line. We hurdled down into selling climax. We hurdled down into selling climax. We said that this is invalidated. And as a result, we made the comparison to this fractal right over here. Now, fractals are not 100%. They just give us a skeleton of where price may go. It's our job to place the anatomy on the skeleton. So we concluded that this is similar to the previous fractal. Now, the $1 million question is this. In the previous fractal, we actually formed a higher low, whereas this, in my honest and humble opinion, looks like a buy. I believe that we're doing the same thing that we done right over here. So we're gonna head up higher slightly, move around this area, and then form a higher low in the month of June. If you actually want to win in markets, then join our inner circle. It's not easy in markets, so it's good to get some help. I will never ever shill you any coins, any dead projects. I won't take any sponsorship from any of the projects. Join our inner circle. I got to give you some honorable mentions. I want you to extract as much value from my channel as possible, and make sure to like and subscribe. This has continued to go up higher and higher. It's outperformed Bitcoin, it's outperformed ETH, it's outperformed Tau and all of these garbage coins. And we're up massively, massively. I'm really bullish with Circle, and I'm going to start to DCA into this project. I believe that we formed a low. We're going to probably form a higher low, and I'm currently DCAing. I'm a massive, massive fan of Interactive Broker. Keeps on going up and to the right, and it's outperforming Bitcoin and everything else. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always a bull market somewhere. SanDisk continues to go up higher and higher. Now, I know most of you are scared of some of these semiconductors, but this can continue to go up for maybe years. I'm bearish on MicroStrategy, and like clockwork, I predicted the upthrust. Like clockwork, I didn't show you a single trend line. I didn't show you volume. I showed you nothing but fractals, past performance, and what happens next. And guess what? It wasn't different. I've shorted almost at the Pika top, ladies and gentlemen, and we're printing. We are printing, and I've held this short all till now, and it's gone down a massive 24%, but it doesn't end there. Zcash is going to do exactly what it done previously. I've seen this a million times. This is as old as time. Many participants come into this space thinking I'm different, but they're not different. They're really not different. In this current cycle, it went down by 73% and then went to almost the previous high. Likewise, the same thing happened in the previous cycle. It went down by 78% and then went up all the way up to 226%. Very, very close to the previous all-time high. The biggest sell-off is going to be right over here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 10 years of pain.